Yes, Rahul.
Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to the today's session on Google Workspace. Friends, you all aware that after pandemic, uh, we are getting more inquiries into the how to use technology in our day-to-day practice in our professional life. So we thought of having a session on Google, which we usually use, but we do not know any features. What are the advanced features that we can use in our chartered accountancy practice? So we have with us Maitri Chheda, who will be guiding through the what are all the advanced features and basic features also. So we'll be having question answer at the end of the session, and you can also post in the chat box. So we'll cover it. So before we start the session, I request Parin to play ICI motto. Yeah, Parin.
Sure, Rahul.
सुप्तेषु जागृति य एष सुप्तेषु जागृति कामं 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 कामंशो पुरुषो निर्मिमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यधिकश्चन
Thank you, Parin. Now I request CA Pratik Shanand to introduce today's speaker, Maitri Chheda.
Thank you, Rahul Bhai, to give me this opportunity to introduce our today's speaker, CA Maitri Chheda. She is qualified as a chartered accountant and Disha. She is into CA practice for last 16 years. She is director of UK-based BPO, KPO and healthcare IT company. She is faculty with ICAI for Disha and GMCS course. She is member of IT DAAB committee of WRC. She is chairperson of IT committee of CTC for last 3 years. With this brief introduction, I welcome our today's speaker on behalf of Dadari CP Study Circle. Over to you, Rahul.
Thank you, Pratik. Now I request CA Vinit Gada to present e-certificate to Maitri.
Thank you, Rahul. Welcome, Maitri. On behalf of Dadari CP Study Circle, I present here e-certificate of appreciation to you. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you. So shall we start the session?
Yeah, Maitri. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
1 second. I think. Yeah. So are you able to see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So hi, good evening, everybody. I welcome you all to this session on Google Workspaces. So when I think 1 second, so when I think Parin, Rahul, and I were speaking last month about doing a session on IT, we were talking about Google as a topic. So Google as a topic is so vast. Google has become a noun, verb, and an adverb. We are so intricately enmeshed with. Google in our lives that it has become a compliment and a taunt also. that's how Google is. So how do I summarize Google, the into just 2 hour session, 1.5 hour 2 hour session? So I thought, chalo, let me give an outline and take up the products which we use very regularly, and then discover those, and we go along as we go. So this session I'm going to be doing an overview. Overview will be a very brief one, and I'll just let you know what Google Workspace is all about. Overview and costings, what all it cost if you were to purchase a license of Google. Post that, we will talk about Gmail. We'll talk about Task. Task is not that popular a tool, but I hope that post this session, you think it is interesting and you'll start using it. I have also written articles for CVOCA itself, for all these products, Gmail, Task, Calendar, and Drive. So if any of you all have read it, I think you will also recognize some of the features which I will be presenting today. Post that, task, we will be covering calendar and drive. All these are basically intermeshed overall. So we will have a lot of integration, using tasks from Gmail, using calendar from Gmail, and whatnot. So let's just start. I am having 1 second. Yeah. So what is Google Workspace? Google Workspace is basically latest name, or this for latest name, or name for G Suite. G Suite was a licensed application for Google. So Google umbrella consists of Gmail, Google Documents, Google Docs. Google Docs is basically, we will have slides, we will have sheets, we will have forms. Then there is Google Calendar, and then there are a lot of other applications as well. So recently Google has changed its branding and name into G Suite into Google Workspace. So I'm not sure how many of you all must have noticed, but Google has recently also changed its icons. Gmail has now, Gmail earlier used to look like this, and now it looks like this. So overall, Calendar, Drive, Google Docs, even Meet. Google Meet or Google Hangouts, also everything. If you see now, it has a deliberate, sharing of. Uh, I mean, it looks very similar, right? It looks integrated. It looks like part of a one single product. So that's the deliberate attempt on Google's part to basically, uh, show that this is an umbrella of integrated solutions. So that's what Google has done. Now let us just discuss evolution of Google in a nutshell. In 2006, Google first launched its applications. Then we used to only use Gmail and Google Calendar. There were also other applications which have been more or less phased out, and or probably reinvented. There was Chat, Google Chat, which they discontinued for some time, and now in Google Workspace it is back. So among other apps, Gmail and the calendar are the main ones which have continued and evolved over a period of time. So people who might have used Gmail in back in 2006, I was one of the beta users then. So we will realize that Gmail has come a long way. Then in 2016, Google rebranded the overall its platform into G Suite, and introduced a more comprehensive line of tools that included Google Meet, Google Drive, Hangouts. Basically, they were making a big step towards remote collaboration. So now, like this said Rahul said that post pandemic, we all have started talking more. I'm sorry, there's somebody talking right now. Yes. So yes, when Rahul was talking about, in pandemic, all of us started accountants. If I think even in January 2020, if somebody would have told us that, आपको remote में काम करना पड़ेगा, chartered accountant, आपको means somebody will work from home, somebody from your team will work from home. I'm sure you would have laughed at it, laughed at that person, or even that idea that, that is not possible. We need to come to office. We need the physical setting. But see how times have changed. Because of a certain event, we are now, talking about remote collaboration. We have worked online, we have worked online, we have collaborated remotely, and we are also looking for tools. So technology obviously has played a huge role in this, and Google has been one of the main drivers, amongst others. There's also Microsoft, and there are other applications also, but yes, Google has been one of the major drivers which has facilitated this. So now in 2020, G Suite has now become Google Workspace, in order to better align with the needs of rapidly changing workspace. So yes, Workspace has changed rapidly. I'm sure all of you would agree. I'm not able to see you guys right now, and usually when I take lectures in physical, I need a lot of interaction. So I'm just assuming that you all are nodding your head and saying yes, that yes, we have rapidly changing workspace. Post that, let's come to pricing. You can find this on https, this workspace.google.com, in case you want to purchase a license. Yes, the products which I will be talking about are basically the basic versions which are free to us, but if you go for if you look at the licensing which Google has come, this is probably for the first time that Google has tried to copy, or maybe replicate what Microsoft has. Microsoft has similar, Microsoft, if anybody is using Office 365, you might be seeing the similar price ranges, for the similar range of product. So now, business starter, which is which will give you a custom and secure business email. Security is more or less a little higher than what basic security which we use. So your custom email ID would be something at yourname.com. Right now we are using, maybe my email address, for example, is Chheda at gmail.com. So at gmail.com is your basic version, and your custom ID would be something at yourname.com. So yes, that, and you are getting around 30 GB of cloud space as against 15 GB, which is free to you. uh, and these are basically, if you want to have a look at the kind of offerings which are given, the price range, you can visit this workspace.google.com and consider having a look, if in case you want to purchase. The included applications in this Google Workspace umbrella would be email client Gmail, Google Meet, chat, calendar, docs, sheets, slide, form, keep, app scripts, cloud search, and Jamboard. And security and management features would be admin, endpoint, vault, and work insights. Now, in the free version, in the basic version, which everybody is mostly using, we get these overall programs. So what is not included in the free version is app script, cloud search, Jamboard, and the admin console. So these are the extra versions, and this is what gives you extra security, which is not provided. And also a lot of features in Gmail or documents or slide and drive, which are usually present in the licensed version, as in the paid version, would not be present in this. But more or less, we don't have to worry. Gmail or Google free version, or the basic version, also does use a standard amount of security. But yes, for the enhanced security, the licensed version is more recommended. Now with that, let us just take a deep dive into Gmail. So Gmail, I'm sure a lot of us are using Gmail regularly. I'm sure. So the first feature I would recommend is a schedule send. So now schedule send is something where you can send, you can direct, just put it in your scheduled inbox, where you can decide on time, and your time and date and time, on which you want to send an email, and be done with it. A lot of us think that emails are constant nuisance. You have to constantly look at emails, and some of you would want to have a directed approach, where you dedicate a specific hour for just checking emails and replying to them. So if that is the case, scheduled emails, or even in the case where you have to send reminders to your clients for your monthly monthly deadlines, you have got, you've got you got to send your client a reminder for, maybe say, send me GST data every first of the month, or maybe at 10th or 12th of the month you ask for something else. So if that is the case, if there's a standard reminder or a standard this you want to send, so schedule email would be a very good option for you to increase the productivity. This option I will show you in detail over here, where you just see, this is how basically it goes. You write down the recipient name, you put down schedule email, and then you click on this triangle and click on schedule email. Over here you get to select the schedule. You select a date. I've selected this date, I've selected a time, and then I'll just send a scheduled send. So the moment I do schedule send over here, this schedule, this will appear over here in my below my inbox, and over here I see a scheduled email this. So this, it's as simple as that. There's nothing else to be done. And at the scheduled time, whatever time you have defined, the this email will go across to your recipient. So this could be a great way to probably uh, automate the redundant tasks of sending reminder emails, or data asking emails every month. That can be schedules. You can schedule probably a month of emails in advance. That's one feature. A second feature, I'm sure a lot of you would be using this, but you can do a lot of things with just a right click. You basically just click on an email and do a right click, and the moment you right click, you get all these options. So sorry, so the options are basically, if you want to move a email to a certain tab, or you want to reply all, you want to archive, you want to snooze, you want to add to a task, all of these we are going to have a look deeper, better look at later on. But this is one thing which you could probably use when you are in a but once you have mastered all the features and you want to simply start, just be done with your emails, just click on an email, right click, and here you go, you are able to do a lot of things just with a single right click. Easy, right? Now the next portion is turn on smart compose. I'm sure a lot of you have already turned it on. If not, you go to your inbox settings may general may I would recommend that you turn the grammar suggestions on for us to sometimes writing an email is also an art. So grammar suggestion, spelling suggestion, autocorrect, smart compose is what I am suggesting that we turn it on. And you have a personalization on. So what happens is you have a personalized style of writing or certain things. A lot of us CAs, we have a specific words we use, so those words will be automated by Google, and it will keep on recommending you those words. And it makes typing easy, when we have to write one liners or two liners, that please find attached this, and be done with it. So turn on the smart compose, and it makes your life easier. Now this is the most interesting thing. I'm not sure if you can, even if you put it in your chat box to let me know how many of you all have used confidential mode. Just I'll be just having a look. Anybody who's used confidential mode? Yes. Great, Nehabin. Hi, Nehabin. No. Okay. All right. Just so two of you all are listening to me and have replied no. Okay, so two no's. All right, great. Great, a lot of no's. Okay, I got it. So now let me just give you this magic of confidential mode. So now say you have to send across a certain information which you don't want somebody to download or forward or do anything about it, and you don't want that person to have that file also for later. So what do? In your inbox, in your compose section, this is the bottom of your compose section. There is this particular, there's this lock and a timer with it. This looks like a bomb, but yeah, that's the confidential mode. So you click on that, the toggle confidential mode is on. The moment you click on it, I'll show you what happens. Over here, see, I am clicking on this toggle confidential mode. The moment confidential mode is on, it will give me this pop-up where I have an option of giving a passcode SMS. So what will happen is that whoever receives this will receive a SMS code from Google, and only then they, basically you will receive the SMS code, because your email phone number will be given along with your registered with Google. So you'll receive that code, and once you give this code to the recipient, only then the recipient will be able to open the email. Okay, so yeah, see, this is the overall compose box has turned blue. Let's just go with it again. You click on toggle button over here. Yeah, you click on toggle button over here. This confidential mode is on. You can select SMS or no SMS code. You can select how much time it expires. Okay, expires in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, and 5 years. You select whatever options is suitable to you. You say I'll just select it in 1 week, and then you click on save, and yes, you're done. You just put in your information, whatever information you want to put in that email, and just click on send, and you are done. Okay, so now, isn't this interesting? So the person will not be able to forward this email or even download anything from this email, and the email will be gone from that person's inbox within that specified period. So this is enable confidential mode. Now we come to another setting. This is using templates. Basically over here there are two more settings. If you go in setting portion and you click on advanced, you have two options. One is you have many options rather, but these are the two I have highlighted. One is auto advance. So what happens in auto advance is that whenever you are inside an email of an inbox and you click on delete, it will take you back to the inbox, right? So the moment you enable auto inbox, it will take you directly to the next email, rather than bringing you back to your email, so inbox. So what happens is that you are able to clear your inbox in case you have a policy of zero inbox, zero mail inbox. This might be helpful, or you might find it irritating, because I had enabled it and then I found it very irritating, so I disabled it, the auto advance mode. Now coming to templates. Templates may what happens is that there's a option of first of all, to enable templates you have to go to settings may advance may come to templates. You click on enable, you click on save changes, and then this is how you use templates. First of all, you to make any template, you write down a two box. You don't really require to write down anything, but subject, your email body, you write on that. You click on these three buttons over here at the bottom right of your email compose email. You click on three dots, you go to templates and click on save draft as template. The moment you have saved this is now become, see, so basically I've saved this GST reminder template. Okay, so I don't have to write this email every single month. What I will do is I have a template. I will simply select this template. The whole body of email and everything will be there. I don't need to usually a lot of us, I have seen a lot of people keep their drafts. So we don't have to crowd our inbox with a lot of drafts. All we have to do is just select a template and be done with it. You can select as many templates as you want. Now there's also one more feature with templates which will come across in further slides, which also makes your life easier, and you can automate a lot of redundant tasks with that kind of filter. But for now, templates, I just hope we are done with the templates. Now people who have used Outlook also always say that Outlook is much better in a way that we are able to preview the email. You click on an email, and on your side panel, and on your preview pane, you can have a look at the body of the email. You don't have to click on an email and then you have to go inside the email and then come back. If you find that irritating, what you have to do is come to settings, inbox, reading pane may you select enable reading pane. Okay, you select enable reading pane like this. The moment you select enable reading pane, you have an option of no split, right of inbox or below inbox. So you can select either, because what really Google does is that, see, this is the top right of your inbox, and over here, this button you can see over here, this button is what you use to split between, to select, toggle between the standard view and the split view. So standard view is what you have usually, and then there is this split view. So over here, if you click on this toggle, you will get no split, vertical split, and horizontal split. Vertical split will give you a preview of your email on the right hand side of your inbox, and horizontal split will give it to give you a view of this on below your inbox. Okay, so you can decide which view is suitable to you: no split, vertical split, or horizontal split. And this option will remain in your inbox the moment you enable reading pane. Okay, just let me know if I'm going a little too fast. In case I am going fast, then okay, yes, Rupal Haryar, yes, Rupal, you have asked me whether password will be set. Yes, password, as in the, if you select SMS code, you will get a password in confidential mode. Neha Pen has already answered. Yes. Okay, so no split. If I'm going too fast, please put comment on in your this chat box, and I will go slow. Okay, it's fine. Great, thank you, Pishbhai. Okay, so now next feature is side panel. How many of you have used this side panel? Side panel is on the right hand side of your inbox, where you have, it's just below your this pane, what do you call, the profile picture, or the 9 dots which you have, settings, 9 dots, your profile picture, and below that, on the right hand side of your inbox, you have a side panel. So this side panel is the magical side panel. This is what I call it, a magical side panel. I'll tell you why. Because you can integrate, the softwares. When I was talking about integration between various products of Google, over here, if you click on this, you have quick view of calendar. If you click on this option, this is Google Keep lets you take notes. So for example, you say that you're looking at an email, and you remember that, oh, you have to do a certain thing. You can simply put a email over here, that see, I this is my Google Keep, where you put your daily to do, or you put team collaboration, you have to assign some work to somebody. So it's general note for you. So this Google Keep will let you keep notes within the email application itself. Okay, so this is Google Keep. Below that is tasks. This tick mark is task. So task may, you can add tasks and everything within the Gmail side panel. We will be coming to tasks, anyway, so I will not go further in discuss further this. But this is the Google side panel. Now what happens is, see, this 3 dots you see, this is Asana add-on, which I have added on my this, because I use Asana with my IT, information technology team, and that is why I have kept Asana add-on. So this plus sign which you see, if you click on that, you get this Google Workspace Marketplace, where you find a lot of add-ons for Google. You've got Zoom, you've got, if you just scroll down, you'll find a lot of options which will work with Gmail. Over here, see, it's written specifically that these apps can be used directly with Gmail to improve your productivity. So there are some licensed versions also. So in case you're using Salesforce, or you're using Trello, or you're using Slack, so you have these add-ons for you, which will appear over here in your side panel. The way I'm using Asana, you can use Trello, you can use a lot of, you can see what all is available, and you explore, and the sky is the limit, because Google is really crazy that way in research. So you'll find a lot of this which will integrate with your Google Gmail, and you can just go crazy. Yeah. So now there's this option of use Gmail offline. Okay, so now this use Gmail offline is a option which you can use. It mind you, it takes a lot of data, right? It uses a lot of data, internet also, and your space wherever you are, using. So it will make your browser heavy. It will make your machine a little heavy. Yes, but still, in case you are going to a place where you will not be able to use internet a lot and you want access to your emails, so you can access this. It is only available in Chrome browser. If you're using Firefox, you're using any other browser, this will not be available. But I'm thinking, I'm assuming that a lot of us are using only Chrome. So in case you're using Chrome, then this is available to you. You go to settings, you have an option called offline over here. You click on offline, you have an option of enable offline mail. You click on enable offline mail, you have you have option of storing 7, 30, and 90 days worth of 90 days worth of emails on your machine. You are also allowed to download the attachment which is there on the machine. So now you imagine the kind of data which we you have accumulated in 90 days, or maybe say 30 days, or maybe say 7 days is okay, but 30 and 90 days, that how much ever GB of data will be stored on your computer, so that you are able to access it online. Now you have an option that you can log out of your Gmail, but this data will remain in your computer. So now you have an option of keeping the data offline on your computer, or you have an option of removing the data, but it will be there in your cache memory. Okay, so now this, you do this and you save changes, and it will take maybe say a couple of hours or more, depending upon how heavy your Gmail is. And for this to be available offline, it will take maybe say 3-4 hours to sync, and then you will have all your emails available offline to you. Okay, now pose that these are the little organization of email tricks. You can mix up your email stars. You go to your settings may general may, when you scroll down, you have an option of stars. Stars may, usually by default you have only one star in use, which you use here. So see over here, I'm showing that the other CP study circle, I've received an email. I can mark it a yellow star or whichever star I want. So these are the other stars. You could just basically take use as many ever stars as possible. So now this you can do just by clicking, keep on clicking on this star, and you will be able to, I am using say these many, so these stars will be available to me. Now you will ask me that what's the use of these stars. What I could do is, maybe I can categorize my emails in a certain way, that all the purple stars would be a specific client, or a specific maybe say GST emails, or maybe specific category of emails. So when you search, the search becomes easy. When you're searching for all the yellow starred emails, you will get a specific category. If you are searching all purple star emails, you will get a specific category or specific emails. So the searching becomes easier, your organization becomes easier. So you have an option, inbuilt option of using these many. Okay, now to the next this we come to search. Google is known for its search, right? The kind of search option it gives you in Gmail is tremendous. It's one of my favorite features about Google, obviously. um, so your basic search is, you have a search bar at the top of your Gmail inbox, where you click on the this button on the side, and you have an option of from to subject. See over here, you click on the button from to subject. It has the words, doesn't have certain words, size greater than, less than, certain MBs, MB, KB, bytes, within a day of a certain date, a day, week, year of a certain date, search in whichever folders or inboxes. You can select whether it has an attachment, or and include chats or do not include chats. And you have an option of just clicking on search, and you are good to go. Now this is a standard option, where it's everything is given to you, you fill in and you search. But what if I were to say that I never use this? I have an advanced search operator. Basically there are search operators which are there. These are the operators. You have a minus and a term. Brackets are just used to differentiate between this and this. You don't really have to use this in your search bar, but it's a minus and a term which will exclude all the emails from that specific, that specific term will be excluded in all the emails. If you say that I want all the emails from a specific person, but it should not include this word, so that is how your email will, all the search will turn up. Then you have a specific general, you just search for a specific term, just put in that phrase and you will search. Then you have a plus sign. Plus sign would mean that it has to contain that exact word. If that word is not there, skip that email. Then you have an option of after and colon, and then you write down date. Then it will search for email specifically sent on that date, or after that, sorry, on or that after that date. Before a certain date, it's before and before that date, or on or before that date. If you have certain emails in which your name is in BCC, or you sent it to somebody in BCC, you can search for specific person, specific person to uh, whom you have sent it in BCC. So it narrows down your search a lot. Same with CC, category wise, category colon, you have category primary, you've got promotion. That is in case you have enabled these categories in your inbox. You've got a file name. So basically, if you want to search only for a PDF or only for a zip file, that also you can do. File name slash, and you write down the type XLS or XLSX, and you will get emails only with that attachment. You have in, you have subject, and you have in anywhere. So now I will show you the use cases. These are just standard search operators which we have. Now we will be using, somebody has written brave, uh, brave, okay, all right. Okay, so search features, let us use use cases. Okay, so over here, if you want to view a list of all the emails sent by a specific person, by you to a specific person. So to you by a specific person. So I am saying that I want to look at all the emails which are sent from Dadar East CP Study Circle. So my search, this engine would be to me from the other is CP Study Circle. The moment I click on that, I will receive all the mails which have been sent by this, not sent to this, but sent by the other is CP Circle. Post that, the advanced search options what Gmail will give me below the search box would be that any specific time I want, if do I want a specific attachment, or do I want the ones which are only unread, so that I can, maybe if I want to delete a specific emails from specific person or a specific email ID, then do I want this? So yeah, I can select any of this and I can go ahead. Then if you want to use a specific this if I have sent it to somebody, so from me to the other, this from me to a specific email, from me to the other is CPE Study Circle. And then again you have the standard advanced search options which are available to you. Post that, if if you want to find the CC and BCC, sent in a particular field. So I say that, okay, I want to see, where I have CC'd, there's some email in which the other ECP Study Circle is CC'd or BCC'd. So this is an option where you get exact specific that particular category email to you. Then you have a mailing list. Now over here, this will, what will happen is, a lot of, sometimes we are just included in mailing list which we are not even aware of, and they are just lying around everywhere, and I want to, bring my inbox to a zero inbox. What I would do is, I will use this parameter list colon and the mailing list email ID. Okay, so I say that, list, give me an email, give me all the emails where I am part of a mailing list by this email ID. So I actually have this, that, where I am BCC'd, because this is part of a mailing list. Google will know that this is a mailing list where this email ID has sent email to a lot of people in BCC. So I'm part of a mailing list. So if I find out this, I know that this is not specifically to me, and possibly I want to or do not want to read, and I can put it in a specific folder, or maybe do whatever I want to wish. So this is one option which I can use. Then if I want to access emails with keyword, so I specifically just write down in the Google Workspace. So I will get, Google Workspace wala whatever, whichever emails contain this keyword, I will get all these. So this is what you must be using regularly. Now I want exact keywords. If I want to use exact, I mean, over here what could happen is, I will get email in the first option, I will get emails which will have only Google or only Workspace also. But I say I want to have exact, so I want to have partnership agreement. I don't want emails with only partnership, or I don't want emails with only agreement. I want partnership agreement. Then I will put two or three keywords, whichever keywords, within inverted commas. The moment I put anything within inverted comma, Google will search it as a whole, and those exact keywords should be present for you to bring it back to you. Okay, it's just two inverted commas, nothing else. All right. Now, if you want emails, specific, which has subject as Google Workspace, or subject as a specific keyword subject, so you've got a lot of intimation, CPC ka intimations you get, no, that this update, this is updated, your contact details updated. So you could just search as search, and then contact details updated. That's it. And you will get all the emails which are just as a, courtesy to you, and you received because you are possibly a secondary email, in all your clients income tax profile, and you constantly receive, emails. So this is what you could do, and put it in a specific folder, or directly bulk delete, or you could do whatever. Or maybe you just want to search that, I received this email from somebody at some point of time, the subject could be this. So this is the keyword you use. Then you use has attachment. You will find, the moment I use has and colon, and attachment, I will be, given an option by Google, by the search engine, that, do you want PDF, you want images, you want spreadsheet, archive, do you want it from specifically somebody. So advanced search options are given to you over here. So you just write down has attachment, and you can select anything. Or you want a specific type of file attachment, so you could directly write has colon and PDF, and you will receive all the emails which has PDF as a attachment. Or you could just say has XLS, and you will get all the spreadsheets, or all the XLS files in your this. Now, you have, this is very interesting, where you have received something which is which contains a drive attachment. Yeah, basically, something is in your drive, something has been shared to you in your drive. So what you have to do is just write down has and drive. So whatever emails, whichever emails you have received, and the attachment is shared to you in the drive, will come to you. Okay, so this has function has a lot of use cases. Then you have search emails by file name or a file type. So you could use maybe multiple this, where you say that, okay, the label is important, if you have important, or maybe say label is GST. So label is GST and the file name is PDF. So I now will receive everything in the GST label which has PDF attachment. So it's very simple, right? You just have to simply use the label, colon, important, or any folder name, and file name. That's it. Now you have a specific category, in. So in, how I use this in is that in inbox is unread. See, over marked messages, is this, what you call, is starred, is read, is unread, is snoozed. So sometimes you snooze, we will come to snooze also later on, where how you snooze a particular email. But when you want to search emails which are snooze emails, basically are gone into archive, right? So it sometimes becomes difficult to search. So I want to search a email which is, snoozed. So I'll just write is snooze, and you will get all the, emails which are snoozed. Or is starred, all the emails which are starred. Okay, then you have a specific time period. Date format always used by Google is YYYMMDD. Okay, all right. So down, so basically you have an option of before a particular date, newer would be after a particular date, or maybe, newer means after, if I say newer 1st April 2021. So all the emails before, after 2021, and the latest one will be shown over here. Older would be older than this particular date, and after would be after. So basically these are interchangeable, but all these four functions can be used in your Gmail. So these are basically all SQL functions. So people who have used SQL will identify with this. Now there's an option, where you have to remove a certain message with a specific keyword. So I want to say that I want all the emails from, say, Maitri Chheda, but I don't want a specific keyword in that, so I will use minus and that keyword. So the moment I use minus, that keyword will be excluded. So all the emails including which include this particular keyword will be excluded from your search. Now, one more important, so if you are using Gmail with a limited, this say maybe 15 GB or even 30 GB basic version, if you're using 30 GB, then size does become a problem, right? Because we constantly keep on getting attachments upon attachments by our, from the clients and from everybody, and you don't you want to basically delete certain attachments or certain files which are older than certain this. So over here, you have an option of size colon, and you can use any kind of 5 MB, 10 MB. You can use some email attachments which are larger than a certain size, smaller than a certain size, and it will give you it will return all the emails which are lesser than that particular category. Then you can use multiple conditions. This is my favorite, this is what I usually use. What I do is unread in inbox larger than 10 MB. So what I will get in this is all the emails which have attachment which are larger than 10 MB are in inbox and not archived, are in inbox and are unread. All these, when I'm not specifying and over here, everything is and. If I specify or, there's an and or an or, right? So if I specify or, then either of one category is fulfilled will be returned to me. But when I don't specify anything, it automatically includes and. So in inbox and larger than 10 MB and has PDF. So I will get specifically all the emails which are in the inbox which are larger than 10 MB and has PDF. Sometimes it helps, to reduce the size. If I say is in inbox larger than 10 MB and before a particular date. So I say that, all the emails which are from 2017 onwards, I don't want to keep, especially larger than 10 MB. So maybe somebody sent me a tally ka full backup or data, and I don't want that. So I'll simply select this. I will receive all the emails. I can select and delete, or maybe I can download. I can do whatever I wish to with it, right? So these multiple conditions are useful, and it's very simple. Is in everything is basic language, basic logic language is what is used. Now one more interesting this is label upper, this upper sign and unsub. If you use this particular command, it will return to you all the newsletters to which you are automatically subscribed. You're not even sure, right? You probably visited certain site to have a look at maybe a case law or something, and now that person has added you to their subscriber list, and constantly you keep on receiving emails. You can receive emails from shopping websites, you can receive emails from blogs, and you don't want all those, and constantly going to these sites, going to these emails and unsubscribing could be a tedious task. So now what you could do is just label colon, upper sign which is on the top of your six number, and you say unsub. So all the emails, all the newsletters which have unsubscribe option within them will be listed, and you can simply just go and unsubscribe them. It's as simple as that. So this is search for you. Now let us look at filters. So filter is one advanced version of search, where what we do is we basically see, this is when you create a filter, you have these options. So if I say that any mail received from the other ECP circle, study circle, I can, what can I do with it? I can either skip inbox, you can mark it as read directly, you can star it, give a specific star, so it will become automatic, or it will reduce your redundant this. You can apply a specific email labels. I'm sure everybody is aware of labels. You can forward it to certain email ID. Now this over here, you have an option of add forwarding address. Only when you have added the forwarding address and that particular address has accepted this, you can use forward it to particular address. Okay, let me just let us just come back. Yes, so you can do that. Then you have an option over here which is called send template. We had made templates. So over here, your redundant task, what will happen is that you can automatically send templates to a specific email ID. So you have a client email ID, who will come with a specific subject. So you say that, okay, this person from this email ID which has a specific subject, if these two conditions are fulfilled, just send this template, that okay, this is your answer. That's all you do, and you save, create a filter, and this filter will be in place for you, that whenever these conditions are specified, this action will take place. Okay, so you can mix and match and see what all filters will apply to you, or apply, or you want to use. You can just go crazy with it. You'll have to do a lot of R&D. In case anybody is confused, you want to use it later and confused, you can always contact me and I will help you through it. So other options which we can consider is, everybody must be aware of undo option, undo send option, which is there. If you have selected, you have an option of extending the time to 30 seconds. Just go to settings, then go to general, scroll down. You have an option undo send, just select 30 seconds. That is one feature. If you have not already done it, you can do it. You can mute email threads. Click on the email. When you're inside the email, you have got these three dots. Click on the dot, you have got mute option. Just mute. And sometimes you are on CC, by all the office mails are put to CC to you, and your staff is basically handling everything, and you really are there just for the formality sake. If that is the case, this mute conversation will help, so it will not constantly pop up in your email, and things are done, and you can probably create a filter and put it in a mute box or something. Then there is a very good option, Gmail nudge. In case you have not already enabled it, I would recommend that you enable, where what happens is that suggest emails to reply to and suggest emails to follow up on. So sometimes what happens is that you've kept a certain email unread for quite some time, and based on your usage, Gmail will keep a nudge to you. It will remind you that you've received this email 3 days ago, do you want to reply? Or you've not replied, somebody's followed up, you've replied, there's a conversation, and you are supposed to probably reply to that email. So it will give you a nudge, and sometimes in case you've forgotten to reply, this nudge will help you. So this you can just go and go to settings, general, scroll down, select, there's a nudge option, you select yes, and that's it, you're done. Save changes. Another option is snooze. So snooze option, I'm sure a lot of you must be using. If not, there are two ways you could snooze a particular email. You go inside the email, and there is an option on the top, where this time clock kind of thing icon will be there. That's the snooze option. You click on there, you have an option of snooze until later today, tomorrow, later this week, this weekend, next week, or you pick a date and time. So probably say I received a invoice, or maybe a bill, maybe it's my credit card bill, or it's my mobile bill which I've received, and the date of payment is maybe say 2 weeks later, and I don't want to make a prepayment. I want to make a payment just 2 days before. So what I will do is snooze until a particular date. So at that time, that email will pop up. Now just make sure that whenever you do snooze until later and you want to see that email, you'll have to mark that email as unread first. Because if you read that email will appear, but you will never understand that email has come back. So if you have an unread mail, then maybe you will it will pop up to you better. Okay, another way to snooze an email is just hover your mouse on the email at the end of this, and you will find the snooze button, and the same options will appear. Okay, so snooze option is good, in case you want to delay a certain transaction for later, or you want to maybe reply to somebody later. This one is not important right now, and I don't want it popping up in my inbox space. Just use the snooze button, and you can come back to it later. Now, this is one important feature. I'm not sure how many of you all are aware. I'm sure many of you all are using it, because I have been, specifically. Uh, okay, Mahendra Bhai has been asking, can one find out mail received has BCC recipient? Yes, yes, Mahendra Bhai, you can. Where if you search BCC and a specific recipient, you will be able, the search will return to you by saying BCC recipient, and you can undo send mail. Upper time limit is there, 30 seconds, which I just showed some time back. So I hope your questions are answered. Yes.
Maitri, I just wanted to know about that. You said that ki BCC can be found out.
Yes.
I'm talking about the what is the secret then the Gmail is maintaining. If I'm writing to some BCCNs who is not to be displayed to the sender.
So the sender will not find out that they are on BCC.
So that is what I had asked. I said in the
Okay.
incoming mail.
Incoming mail, see what happens is, if you are receiving some email by somebody in which you are BCC'd, you will understand now that you
No,
are in
no,
BCC.
myself, if I'm the one of the BCCN, then yes. But if I'm sending somebody, the
No, so the
receipt,
people, other people to whom you have sent BCC, they will not understand. So what will
okay,
happen is, only you will understand that you have received something on BCC. There might be 15 more people in the BCC, that you will not understand who else is there on the BCC. Got it?
yes, yes, yes.
All right, so now this version of Gmail, variations, I have been talking about this since I think 2016, when it first came up, around 15 or 16 is when it came up. So I am not sure if all of you are aware, or maybe all of you are using it, but Gmail does not recognize anything which, uh, basically Gmail ignores all the dots and pluses and everything in your email. So if maitri@gmail.com, and this particular ID, mai.tri.chh, everything for Gmail is maitri@gmail.com. So in caps, or in proper caps, or even if I do Maitri plus spam, so this plus sign, if I do anything, everything is used as maitri@gmail.com only. So you can use this trick to preemptively filter, a lot of things. How I usually do is that, if I go to a specific site, if I go to a specific site and I have to, say, subscribe to it to have a look at a particular information, I would probably just, give my email ID as Maitri Chheda plus, and say spam, or I would just use, maybe if it's a tax guru site, so I have given my email ID to tax guru as Maitri Chheda plus taxguru@gmail.com. Now tax guru, now if they keep on sending me emails later on, all I have to do is go to the filter and say that any email received to Maitri Chheda plus tax guru should go into tax guru folder, and I will read it whenever I want to, but at least it will not show in my active emails. Okay, similarly I also use this in my office, where, specific, if there's a single inbox which has been used for my office, and staff is accessing a single inbox, in case, okay, that's not the ideal situation, but in case staff is just accessing a single inbox, what you could do is say Maitri Chheda plus and that person's name @gmail.com, and then all the emails which you send to that person will go to a specific filter which you have defined in advance. So there are various combinations which can be used. This is just an idea which I am giving out to you. You will have to do a lot of research and R&D before making the best use of this. I'm sure a lot of you are using this, and I'm always excited to talk about this particular variation of Gmail. And with this, we come to an end in Gmail. In case anybody has specific questions for Gmail, maybe we can take up right now, or we can take it up at the end of the session. I'm okay either way. But in case, yes, maybe I'll wait for a couple of seconds, or we will start with tasks. How to avoid unwanted mails. So avoiding unwanted mails, Piyush bhai, what you could do is, there are two, 3 options. First of all, you create a filter with all the emails. As I said, that you can look at all the newsletters which you have been, automatically subscribed to, by using that sign which I had shown earlier. One second, let me just go back to that sign. Go back to that this here, to subscribe to newsletters, you use this command, label colon upper case upper this which is there above on your number 6, you just shift and number 6 and unsub. You use this and you will get all the newsletters which are there as a newsletter, which have unsubscribe option. The moment you do that, you just unsubscribe, or maybe you report them as spam. So that is one thing you could do. You could automatically create filters, where any particular email you have received, it will go directly to the uh, this. You have a filter option over here, where see, any particular email from this particular email id, you create a filter. And you say that directly skip the inbox and delete it. It directly goes to delete, or maybe you create a folder to delete and everything goes to delete. You have a look and delete them, right? So it's an automatic filter. Once you do it, it will go directly. Or if you can mark it as spam also, there's an option over here which can be marked as spam also. Okay, or maybe you can just select all and mark it as spam. So this is how you avoid unwanted mails. Or you use this option over here, where you give out your email IDs going forward in a specific way to a specific website. So and then create a filter for that particular email, that all these emails will go to a specific folder, and then you know that these are spam. Okay. Rajesh bhai has asked that how to transfer many emails to another email ID. So emails, again, you can use filter option, where from a specific email ID to directly forward. There's an option over here again in filter, that see, you have an option when you receive an email from this particular, forward it to another email. Now to use this forward option, we have to add a forwarding address. You can add another address, and that particular address has to accept it. Okay, so I have an option of forward it to a specific email ID. You can select, maybe if you have 5 email IDs over here, you can select, and automatically it will get assigned or forwarded to a particular email ID. You'll have to specify condition and create a filter. I hope that answers your question, Akash. No, Gmail may you cannot use shift plus question mark. You will have to use control plus backslash. The moment you do control plus backslash, you will get all the shortcuts, and then you can just look at all the shortcuts and use. Maybe if you don't want a touchpad or a mouse, don't want to use touchpad or a mouse, you can use control plus backslash. That's for all the Google. This, where you just use control plus backslash, and you will receive all the shortcuts which are there, and then you can use those shortcuts. So Akash is there. You want to transfer certain mails received during certain period to be transferred. You'll have to use search function and filter function. You have an option of specific. First of all, create a search where specific between a particular period. I'd shown a advanced search operators between this date and this date, and then whenever these items come, you create a filter with it. Okay, so that's what you do. So Rajesh bhai, you try that and let me know if you have any problem when you try that. uh, I think questions are done.
Maitri, one question is there.
Yes.
If we install multiple Google accounts in phone, the name of contacts gets replaced by either of Google accounts. So basically, I think it is a sync thing. So can we restrict the contact sync with only one account? Any options
Yes,
for that?
you can go to your contact in the phone. You go to your contact and specifically say that only this particular contact should be used. So basically in my phone, I have 4 email IDs. So I will use only from a specific email ID. Okay, and only those contacts will be saved in that email ID, and saved only this. You don't use every all the email IDs. You'll have to just go to the contact this of your phone and unselect.
Okay, great.
Okay, all right. So now shall we proceed?
Yes.
Yes. So Bhavesh, my contact group, no, there's an option over here on the side panel which I showed you. There's a contact button also. So when you click on that, it will take you to a contact. This, let me just show you on the email itself. Okay. So say, are you able to see my screen? Yes, over here. See, this is the contact button you have. Okay, you go you have these contacts. You click on a specific contact, or maybe just go to contact.google.com and click, and then create a contact group first, and the moment you create a contact group, you can send this to us directly to a certain group. Okay, so that can be done. Now coming back to our presentation here, now tasks. Tasks may can I just have, since we've been already chatting, can I have it on chat how many of you have used tasks, just for me to have an overview of how many of you actually know. I think Rajen Bhai and Neha Ben, you guys are using this. I think we should be conducting a session together. You've been using. I'm so happy to see that you've been using all the characteristics, at least good ones. Great, great. A lot of people have been using, and some of you all are not using. Okay, good, good, good. So I have some people who will be nodding, saying yes, 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 I have used this, and no, 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 I have not used this. Okay, great. Now let's just start jumping, because we've got a lot of ground to cover. Piyush bhai, Pritesh bhai, 15 GB, if probably you've come late, you just pay 125 rupees to Google per month per user, and you get 30 GB. If 15 GB is too less, because data volume is actually too high, and sometimes 15 GB is absolutely less, and you cannot also constantly keep on deleting, because data is worth having on cloud. Where else will you have? So you just go to workspace.google.com. There are pricing options available. Purchase a good plan, and take up best plan, I guess, is that the business standard plan, which is 672 plus GST, and you get 2 TB of data, and you can just dance in that 2 TB of data. But if not, 125 per user per month is also a good option to go. You'll get 30 GB in that.
Rajan
Right?
Bhai has some question. Rajan Bhai, if you can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah, so I just wanted to check, probably I missed, I'm not sure. How many emails can we send from the free account in a day or maybe in a month? What are the restrictions for that?
I don't think there are any restrictions. I have not tried sending bulk and mass emails, so I am not sure of this, but I don't believe there are any restrictions. No, now what happens is that in case you are using your this for commercial purpose, as in Google has a AI, right? So AI will detect that you've been sending out emails for marketing purpose, and you've been sending bulk emails. Then it will probably put a restriction on your email on the basis that you are spamming. Okay.
Right.
Or you are using a email client, maybe you are using MailChimp with your Gmail, or using a specific emailing client with your this, then it will restrict. But otherwise, if you are holistically sending emails, where you are actually sending emails to converse with somebody, or this, I don't think there's any limit on sending per day anything.
Okay, you be aware that we have these monthly updates or reminders to be sent to the client. So
Right.
will that be considered as marketing or what is it?
No, no, no. So monthly updates, as I said, no, it will not. It will not. If you have a single email, going out to maybe an X number of clients, should not be. If you are having issues in tracking the clients, because maybe you have got a bulk database, maybe you can split that database into maybe 3 or 4 parts and send it across. But it should not be a problem. And if you are using enterprise version, the license version, it is absolutely no problem. It has stopped. Okay, so if at all you're using this free version, still I don't think it should be a problem, if you're sending standard emails and not bulk emails, where Gmail is able to, Gmail or Google has a AI, and it is
Yeah,
able
yeah,
to
yeah.
identify that which emails are marketing and which emails are general newsletters. So it
Okay,
should not be a problem.
okay, okay,
If at
okay.
all you face any problem, let me know. Maybe we can brainstorm and see what to do. But I don't believe that should be a problem.
Okay, okay, fine. Thank you.
Just to add on this practical aspect, we at Dadarist, we send emails for the events to the members, and we have the Gmail account. So 350 plus in a day in a single email, it is going in pretty
Absolutely no
smoothly.
problem, right?
Yes,
It
absolutely.
should not be. That's what I'm saying. It should not be. Because AI is able to, understand whether the emails are spam or not. And also it depends upon the recipient, right? Because see, when from Dadar CP study circle, if you're sending emails, we want that emails as members, right? I will never mark, if I'm a recipient of this email, I will never mark it as spam. If I am not marking as a recipient as spam, then the Gmail will never, mark you as spam. So that is also one of the reason, if at all, you've been marked as spam constantly, it could be because somebody, maybe even 4 or 5 people are continuously marking your emails as spam. Then you could, the Gmail could put a restriction on your this. Otherwise it should not be a problem. There are three more. Jignesh bhai, you're asking me this, that explain how to make spam mail. Okay, I did not understand your question. If you can, just okay. All right. So let us go forward to tasks. Uh, so where is this task base? So basically, what is this Google task? I am specifically defining Google task because a lot of us do not use it regularly, and for people who do use it, you can simply nod with me. So it's a task management tool. With it you can create, edit and delete tasks. You can add details. It's a very basic tool. It does not have a lot of in-depth functionality which you could probably get in other task management softwares. It's something which you can use along with your email and your calendar. And just the integration with Google Calendar and Google Mail is the best part of task, nothing else, because it's very simple and very intuitive. If you just use this, and you will be like, oh अरे बस इतना ही था क्या, और कुछ नहीं है इसमें. It's as easy as that. And you will be wondering why you are not using this, why you have never been using it. Okay, so let's just start. Where do you find task in your account? Over this side panel, you click here, and the task comes up. This is the task. This is where you find task. Okay, now how to create, edit and delete task. You simply go, click on add task, write down whatever, create whatever task you have. you know that's it, done. You write down, and that's it. Create, this is adding the task. Okay, and if you want to have, once again, this is the create task. Sorry, I skipped the slide. This is create. You click over here on the three dots, and you can delete the task. That's it. Create, edit, make changes. You click on this, and that's it. There's nothing new to be done. You make a task and you can delete. Okay, now how do you add details and create subtasks? You add details. You create a task. You, over here there's an option of details. I don't know why this is blurred, because when I was actually checking it out, it was looking clear, but I'm not sure whether you are able to view it clearly. But that's it. You just create a subtask. You click on this three dots, and you create a subtask, and that's it. You are done. You can add details to this, whatever task details you want to add, and that's it, done. Now how do you create multiple lists, and shift tasks from the list? So you click on the top over here, the top triangle, you have lists. You have two options to create a list. Simply click on this triangle, and you have an option of create a new list. You type down 2022 25, and done, and you have a new list over here. Okay, uh, create a new list, and you create, and then you add a task, or you shift a task to this. You just simply click on this task and shift the task. That's all. It's very intuitive. You simply click around, and you will find everything. So you can create multiple lists, and you can shift tasks from various lists. Okay, then you can schedule the tasks, add reminders, and repeat these tasks. Maybe you say that I want to repeat this task every day, every week, or maybe on every Tuesday of a week. You can do that. Basically, you have a calendar option. You select, and you have an option of repeat task, and you simply repeat task. That's it. This is the scheduling you do. This is the schedule. Okay, the task has been done. You have created a schedule for this task and this. That's it. All right. and you add reminder and you repeat the task. To repeat, basically you create a you have an option of repeat, and yeah, that's it. Is this clear? There's some comment over here. So how to avoid, Suhas ji is asking me how to avoid your mails to get classified in spam of the recipient's mailbox. You'll have to ask the recipient to put it, mark it as not spam. That is one option. Second option is that there are a lot of keywords which Google identifies as spam. So you'll have to look up which are those keywords and try to not use those in your body, in your email body, and you can avoid it. Okay, so now I will take all the Gmail related questions later on, because now let us concentrate on the tasks. So this is how you repeat a task, schedule, add reminders, and repeat a task. Okay, now shortcuts. I think Akash was talking about shortcuts. So any, you can find a full list of shortcuts over here also. You can go to this, click on three dots, and you have keyboard shortcuts over here, or you just press control plus backspace, the this backslash, control plus backslash you put, and you will get the list of all the keyboard shortcuts. Now shortcuts are for people who have this used to working on keyboards. For people who are less savvy and want to use keyboard, I mean mouse only, no use to no, not to worry at all, because you can do everything with a mouse as well. But in case you don't want to use the mouse or the touchpad, you have these shortcuts, and this control plus backslash will work with everything, will work with your all the Google products rather. Okay, so you can try it out and see the magic. Yes, Rajendra, you have a question?
Yeah, I think so. There is one limitation in task where I cannot assign a task to a group member or something, is it?
Yes, you cannot. Why? I will
It-
tell you. Because this task is very basic, where it is, mostly your personal task. This There's a workaround, which we will come
Do
to
it through
later.
calendar.
Yeah, through calendar. Yes. So
Okay,
now we are coming
okay.
to calendar. So that's the workaround you have, that you can do it through calendar. But otherwise, through the task application, you cannot. But I am very sure that the way Google has been researching and doing R&D, I'm sure it will come up very soon. The moment we start using task regularly, this assigning and thing, because overall the idea of Google Workspace is basically to create a overall collaborative environment between distributed team. So this will come up later, but right now it is not there. Yes, that's why I have constantly mentioned it's a very basic form, but it is useful because it is integrated with Gmail and calendar. Now how to add, there's a Gmail and task, there's how to add a task. You simply see, I've got received this email, I have an option of clicking here, over here, plus task button. The moment I click on this, the task panel over here opens, and it's directly added over here. I can add a timing or something. See, click over here, the task panel is opened, task panel opens, we wait for it. The task has already been added. Over here I can add detail, and I can add a time, deadline to my task, and that's it, it's done. It's as simple as that. You open an email, add it to task. Simple, right? So some client has emailed you something that I want this detail, and right now you're busy filing returns, but this guy has you have to reply back to this guy or do something. So you just add a deadline, put it in your task, it will pop up in your calendar as well. Now we will come to calendar, and we will see that this will pop up in our calendar as well. Okay, so this is it, we are done with task. Anybody has any questions for task specifically?
No.
Nobody? All right, great. So I just hope that you guys do try something in tasks later on. Now coming to calendar. Uh, calendar may if you want to sync your windows, I'm assuming that a lot of us are using Windows and not MacBook, and in case you're using MacBook also, there's an option to sync your calendar, but I'm showing only Windows over here. You go to your Windows calendar, Okay, click on this settings button over here. You will get a pop-up over here of manage accounts. Click on manage accounts, you click Google, and then you get Gmail added over here, and all my Gmail calendar tasks, all the calendars of Gmail are added to my this. Click on settings may manage accounts may you say add account will be pop up. Go to Google may you sign in, you put in your email address, you sign, click on next. If you have a two-factor authentication, this you put in your SMS and everything, OTP code, and then your this Gmail this inbox is populated over here. That's it. And then whatever your Windows calendar will be synchronized with your Gmail calendar, right? Easy, right? Now second sync calendar is that you can view your team's Google calendar also. All you have to do is Google calendar, go to settings may go to add calendar may subscribe to calendar, and then you request access. Over here subscribe to calendar, add settings may add calendar, subscribe to calendar. Over here I'm asking for this I'm asking, I want access to this calendar. I will write down that please give me access, I'll request access, and then from that email ID you accept that request, and that's it. You are able to see various calendars. See, I have at least 5 calendars which are shared with me over here. Okay, and if you see over here there's a task also, so task calendar is also there over here, and all my tasks will be shown on my calendar. Okay, so this calendar sync can be done. It's a great feature to have if you want to have a look at everybody's calendar. Now this will be useful provided everybody whose access you have taken are using the calendar. Okay, now there's one more, sharing your calendar with specific people. We have asked request for somebody, but if you want to share your calendar with somebody, okay, what you have to do is go to Google Calendar, settings, add calendar. No, this is, one second, sharing your calendar, one second. Huh. Go to this, and you one second, request access is done, and then again you share it with somebody. So you give that, you accept the request. Sorry, I think I've used this 2 times, but basically if you want to share your calendar with somebody, you have to click on share with specific people. Okay, you write down over here that I want to this add, click on add people over here. Okay, and you can decide of how much they can see. They can see only your free or busy schedule. They can edit your calendar. They can just have a look. They can just view and maybe do something. So there are category of requests which are there. So you go to Google, you go to setting, you go to share with specific people, you write down, and then you can see how much they can access, and done, and they will receive. Okay, clear. Over here I will make changes when I'm probably sharing it with you, but this is a wrong this I've not used proper in my slide. Anyway, now a calendar view. You have an option of viewing day wise, week wise, month wise, year wise, and then just schedule or custom view. Custom view by default is 4 days. You could change it to maybe say 5 days and exclude the weekends, or you could just have 2 days and have a comparison. Whatever you are comfortable with, you can. So schedule will show only what you have scheduled in your calendar, only the events which you have scheduled and nothing else. Okay, if you put in somebody's birthdays, then all the birthdays will come up, and that's it. So that's the calendar view. Good to just have a look at, or maybe understand the look and feel of your Google Calendar. Then event auto reminders. When we set up events, I'm sure everybody has set up events. You have a specific default this, that you receive 2 notifications, and every time if you want an extra notification, you have to add. So what you could do is you can change your default notifications. Go to settings, you go to settings for my calendar, specific calendar. So say my Maitri Chheda calendar, I want event notifications for specific, maybe say instead of 2 which are normally there, I want one more. So I can just add one more, where I have, maybe say I can select maybe one day in advance I want a notification, or whichever. So this will become your default notification. All right, so this basic notification, so you don't have to constantly change this in every event you make. So this is what you could do. then you have an option of dragging and dropping the event. It's as simple as, okay, this event is here on 25th, I don't want it on 25th, I want it on 26th. I'll simply just drag it and it's done. It's as simple as that. Drag it and it's done. You can have your daily agenda emailed to you. For that, what you have to do is settings for my calendar, general notification, and over there you receive something like this. So settings for my calendar, this is my calendar. Over here, this is the notification I will receive. Over here, daily agenda, I will ask for email. So now what will happen is that every day, whatever is my agenda will be emailed to me. Okay, so it's a good way to look at your calendar. If you want, a specific this your agenda, daily agenda, to be mailed to your team as well, what you could do is create a filter, in your Gmail, saying that if you receive this daily agenda, send it to so many, forward it to so many people in your team. And then every day when Google sends you this daily agenda, it will automatically go to your team as well. Okay, this is just a hack which you could use. First, if you are very particular about your productivity and daily agenda and everything, and you're using calendar regularly, this daily agenda could help a lot. Color coding various calendars. Now what happens is that, you have say n number of calendars and you've got a lot of this, then every event, if you were to see in, a single color, would confuse you, right? So what you could do is you can color code your calendar, where, purple color could mean somebody's calendar, red color could mean your calendar. So basically, or maybe you have got your own 3 4 calendars, your personal calendar, your event calendar, and lot of other calendars. So those calendars, are color coded over here, and it will be easier to view and, verify what all your work calendar and tasks and everything would be color coded. Okay, so that is for color coding. Now negotiating a time. Okay, this is a find a time option. So now what happens is, when there are 4 5 people who are looking to have a meeting, but everybody is busy, so this is a great way to, set up a time with them. What you could do is, when you're creating an event, you have an option of find a time over here. Okay, now this will work. When you click on this, it will automatically look at everybody's calendar. So now for this, the calendar needs to be shared with you. Okay, for this to work. So within your team, I'm assuming that you will be sharing your calendar with everybody. Even the option is that just view right has been given to your team. They can find a time with you. So you click on find time, and Google will automatically find a time which everybody has open, and send a tentative time to everybody, and will be fixed. So this is helpful when 4 5 people are trying to find a time to, maybe discuss a certain thing, and that is not being discussed, because, everybody will, constantly go around that, okay, I am free now, then okay, I'm not free now, I have this work, my this is clashing. So this find a time option works. You can use this option when you are in the team and want to specific, give a specific time. Okay, if you have, Google Workspace, this what do you call, license, even if you're using that 125 wala license, you have an option over here. See, you have event, you have task, you have reminder, you have appointments over here. So appointments would be when you have, this option is available only for the, paid versions, but it's a fantastic option where, you have set out specific free time slots in your calendar, and you can give this out to your public or clients, and they can automatically book appointment with you. These are the pre-approved time slots you have given out in the first place. So that's also a great option in case you're looking for appointment basis. You can, consider taking a paid version and using appointment system in calendar. Now you can change ownership of an event. Simply, you so basically I've created this event negotiating time. Okay, I'll click on these 3 dots and simply change the owner over here. Okay, so I'll simply change the owner and give the ownership to this to somebody else. So I've basically, sometimes I decide that, okay, I have created this event, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it, something has come up, so let my team member do it. So I'll just change the owner, make my team member the owner, and that person can initiate the meeting and continue the conversation forward. So you can change the ownership of the event or a meeting later on. Now we come to task and calendar integration. So all the tasks which are created when we had scheduled the task in the tasks option, okay, that integration happens. All the tasks are shown on the calendar, and we can also create a task via calendar. So over here I'll just create a new event where I will click on, instead of event I'll click on task. Okay, task, I will add details, okay, over here, and I'll just create a task. Okay, now this task I have created here, and if I look at the task over here, it will appear. I have created in a specific list. Okay, so this task is already a task, and this it's already appearing in the this. So it's quick integration. I created here, and it's appearing in the task over here. I mark it, I add a subtask over here with a specific, different time zone, and over here we will find that in the calendar a specific slot has been created. Okay, I'm creating a subtask with a specific time slot over here. Okay, clicked on OK, and over here the task will appear. See over here, this ochre yellow color, this is the task which is clashing. Do it on a Tuesday. Okay, it's done. Subtask has been added. Now I can mark the task complete over here through the calendar, and over here also the task will go away. See, it's gone. The task is gone. I can mark it through here. So through my calendar also I can play with task management. So it is as simple. And the hack over here is that you could share this calendar with your team, and then the team can you can assign this to the team as well, if you have access to this. This is the hack, Rajendra, you could use for now. I'm sure task will come up with assigning this later. And if we have a team license, then we can specifically work around in this. Okay, now this particular feature, adding goals, is only available in smartphone. If you go to your smartphone and access calendar, you have an option. When you click on that plus sign, to add an event, you also have add goal. Okay, so you have a lot of personal habits. You have build a scale, you have exercise option, you have got family time. Okay, so you just click on that, and take it forward. What Google will do is, it will ask you for specifics. So if you say I want to exercise every day, then it will ask you what time do you want to exercise. Mornings? Okay, mornings. Now what time your calendar is free, accordingly it will create a time slot for you. Okay, for exercise, and it will ask you every day, did you finish your exercise? If you have, it's again as a AI, it will find out that what timings are suitable to you, what is there, and accordingly it will measure everything, and constantly keep on motivating you. So that's the goals part, the personal part, maybe for habit building or for skill, for meetings, for anything. You can use this from your smartphone. Okay, now other add-ons, you've got various add-ons for calendar. You just click on this plus sign. Even in Gmail it works similarly. You just work, you have Zoom, you have got a lot of you've got GoToMeeting, you've got SMS reminder. All of these are of course paid version, as in for the add-ons, at least you have to have a subscription to these add-ons. But this works, these add-ons work perfectly well with your calendar, and you can create a lot of seamless integrations with these add-ons. Okay, so one example of this add-on would be Zoom. When you're creating an event, okay, see over here, as I was talking about, appointment slot, focus time, all these will appear when you have a paid version of calendar. Okay, so you have a Zoom add-on. Okay, so otherwise, no, in your normal this, if you have to add a conferencing link, you only have Google Meet option. But if you have a Zoom add-on, you can add Zoom meeting link directly in your calendar invite. You can make it a Zoom meeting, and you can directly, instead of sending a Zoom invitation or Zoom link from Zoom application, you can directly send the Zoom link from the calendar application, and it makes your life easier, right? So this is how the add-ons will work. And we are done with calendar. Anybody, any questions for calendar specifically?
No.
No questions. Great. Okay, so either I am talking too technical and nobody's understanding anything, or maybe I'm very effective that everybody's understanding everything. There are no questions. Wow. Okay.
Maitri, one question.
Great.
Can we merge two calendars? Like I have my office ID in my Outlook. There is a separate calendar for that, and
Okay.
I am also using my Gmail. So
So
can I?
Outlook
Yeah.
you are saying is a Windows calendar, right?
Yes, it is. And the email is Office 365 email.
Office 365. So this is what I've been doing. No, the very first slide which I had shown,
Mhm.
syncing your Windows calendar. So that is how you sync your calendar. So you can sync your Gmail into your Windows calendar. Or what you could
Okay.
do is you can import. There's an option over here. I'm not sure whether I can show it to you from here. Maybe let me see if I can show it to you from here. One second. Let me just yeah. So you go to Google Calendar, you have an option, you go to settings, okay, and you have import and export. You directly import a calendar. You have to download a iCal file from your this Office 365 calendar and upload
Yeah.
it over here, or export this and upload it to your this Office 365. The moment you do that, you will be able to sync between both. See over here, you can import event in iCal or CSV file, MS Outlook format. Okay,
Okay. So either of the calendar event is updated, it will be updated at both the
updated.
places.
Yes, both the places. Import over here, settings and import. That's all you have to do. Okay, you have got
Thanks.
import and export both, and you can integrate. And
Sorry,
for your Windows,
I don't think there will be an online syncing which will happen. Huh? Here we are just importing the file and merging it over here. Online syncing like it happens in general, that might not happen
online
over here.
syncing, see, I'll tell you when it will happen. No, online syncing is that over here this will happen when the first file, when I'd shown you over here. Are you able to see my screen right now? Right, you're able to see, no? So
Yes,
Yes.
in
yes.
this calendar, if I were to say calendar over here, so over here in my personal calendar, when I'd shown the sync in the email, I'm able to see all this, and then this keeps on getting updated. I am also using Office 365. Okay, so trial sync, negotiating time, these calendars I had done after this. So this syncing is happening in this is my Office 365 calendar. Okay, in this I am able to view Gmail.
Okay.
Okay, so that's happening. Uh, we spoke about add-ons. There's one more comment over here. Okay, thank you, Richard. Okay, so now we come to Drive. This is the last portion, and it is quite exciting. I am generally excited about Google. So, yes. Uh, okay, so now again, we will be talking about search feature. It's Google, right? So, we have to talk about search. So, search feature, you can find files in a flash. So, basically, search over here in your Google Drive would be, you select the type of files you want, you can select the owners, okay, and then you have a lot of keywords, and you will be able to, in specific folder, you can find any date modified, it has a specific word, and search, and you will find anything in your drive. So it's as simple as that. I think search is what we have already mastered. Now there is this very unique option over here, which is publish to web. Any of your files, I mean, Google Docs, Google Sheet, anything, you can publish to web. Now these would be helpful, in case you want to share a link with your client, showing your available timings or maybe due dates or some kind of this, where you simply have to broadcast and show them a particular feature. They don't need to edit. All you need to do is click on file, share. This animation will come to it again, but just click on share and publish to web, and it'll give you a link. It'll give a small link. Okay, see, I've opened a Excel sheet, as in spreadsheet. Click on file, then share, publish to web. Okay, you click on publish to web, you get a link. Okay, you want an entire document to be done, or you want a specific sheet to be shown, you do okay, you get this link, you just take this link, shorten this link, and share it with your client, and that's it, done. It's published. And when you share this link with somebody, they will be able to see only that part. They won't be able to edit or do anything. It's just a broadcast kind of thing. And you can later on also edit the viewability. You can decide that okay, they don't need to see the whole if you are sharing an Excel, they don't need to see the whole workbook. They just need to see this specific sheet. Okay, so that can be done. You can use this in either, use cases could be anything. You can do it for your audits, you can do for broadcasting information. You don't need to send out emails, you simply give them this link which they can see every once in a while. And maybe you can have you have this embed option where you take the embedded link and put it in your website, which will constantly be updated. So all this can be done with your publish to web option. Okay, only this is that this needs to be there on your drive. Okay, it needs to be there on the drive. It cannot be on your computer. On your computer you cannot do it. That's the common logic, right? So that's it. Now collab tracking. So you are working in collaboration. You've shared your file with people. Now you want you don't want to constantly keep on going in the file and see that are isne update kiya kya. So all you need to do is go to settings, go to notifications. Okay, and just click on get updates about Google Drive items via email. So whenever somebody is updating anything or any some whatever, you will get an email notification saying that okay, this person has updated something over here. So you don't need to go to specific file. You can keep the updates in your email. So if you want to keep a track on your team, of what who is doing what on what particular date, especially when they're working from home, this could be a good option to keep track. Now this is a very good option. I'm not sure how many people have tried this. If anybody's tried pulling out text from images in PDF, please just write it in an inbox. Now I'll just hide this for a while. Yes, Mike, by forward email options you can use in a lot of ways. Our jugad or our workaround or hacks are the tricks. We just get options and you can use it anyhow you want. Great.
Sorry, Maitri. With regard to the notification thing, regarding updating on folders in the drive, what you said was that in case if we create a folder and the colleague or whoever it is updating the data in that, can it happen that if somebody has shared his folder with me and he's updating over there and I get a notification? It's the other way around, which I'm saying, that in case he's sharing with me and plus he's updating, can I get a notification over
No,
there?
if you have ownership of that file, no, then you will get it. Otherwise, you will not.
Okay.
You have to have the ownership. This all works on ownership. So if you are the collab worker and owner is somebody else, then that person will get an update. You will not.
Even though I have the right to edit and do all
you
that.
have right to edit, but you're not the owner, right? So that's why you will not.
Okay, fine.
So in case you are using Teams version, no, Teams as in the version where you have the admin control, then you can specify, in the paid license, if you have a team of say 5 and you're using a specific Google version of it, and then you have that admin control which I had shown initially. In that you can go and specify that anything updated should be sent it to the admin ID. So then whoever could be the owner, but you will receive the notifications. That can happen.
Okay.
But peer to peer it will not. You need to have the ownership. Okay, so now anybody, yes, I'm asking for this, anybody has used this option where pulling out text from images and PDF via Google Drive or Google Sheets or Google Documents? Anybody, please message on the chat box. Anybody? Yes, no. Okay. All right, so I'm assuming nobody's done it. Great. Okay. All right. So now this is a wonderful option. I'll tell you what really you need to do is, okay, there's this PDF you have, okay, which you, if you want to convert it into text, what you do is you use a PDF, license PDF, and then you convert it into text. If you don't have a license, you try and search online for OCR or maybe get it retyped. The best way to pull out images from text and from PDF is this. where you just right click on the PDF and say open with Google Docs. That's all you need to do. Okay, just let's have a look. This is the sample file I have, sample audit report I have. I right click on it, okay, and click on open with Google Docs. Just click on open with Google Docs. It will open as a document file with editable document file, completely editable document file. That's it, nothing has to be done. Okay, and you see there are two Google Doc files done. Isn't that amazing? And this will happen with the text also, provided the text has sorry, it will happen with the image also, provided the image has some text in it. So if somebody is just taken a photo and the wordings are a little bit clearer, you can directly just open it with Google Docs, and all the OCR will, Google will do the OCR for you, and that's it. You'll get a file, a Word file converted. See, as easy and as simple as that. Isn't this useful? That's it. Is this clear? Everybody clear? Or you need me to show you something else also?
Clear.
Clear? Okay, great. Right. So now the next is chat with your team while working on the same document. Okay. So what happens is that, you are collaborating, you're working on the same document. See, two people are working over here. I am over here. This basically, this is just me and me. In the animation, you will see that I'm, just switching between two this accounts and talking to myself. But it could be, two people who are actually sitting in different location. You can chat within this. You can discuss that, maybe some person is sitting at the audit client place and you are sitting here somewhere else, in the pandemic situation or work from home situation. You can chat directly through the, all you need to do is share it with that person, share the file needs to be shared. You people are working on the same this, there's a chat option available over here. You simply chat with the person, chat as in, obviously work related, but within the document. You don't need to go outside, you don't need to close your window to talk to anybody. Okay, so this option is helpful when you are collaborating on a certain document at a time. And yes, that is possible on the same work document. The file can be open at 2 to 3 places or how many ever places, and people can be working simultaneously. That's the beauty of collaborating, in a cloud environment.
But all
Okay.
have to be on Gmail or Google, right?
Yes, you have to be on the same platform. No, you cannot be on Word, one person on Word and one person on Google, and then you cannot collaborate, because
No,
then
no.
collaboration will not happen, right?
That is fine. Now, like supposing I have a Gmail ID, somebody else has a Outlook ID. Can those two people collaborate?
So we will have to see what will happen is that you will have to be working on your this. So for that, your Google has to have ID. No, I mean, Google has to have access. So from your particular access, if you are accessing, you should be able to. If you are working on the same file, you should be. But ideally, what will happen is, Google is assuming that the scenario is where everybody is a Google user. It's a workspace, right? So you are in a team which everybody is using the Google ID only.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So, see, sharing, I'm sure we have used, where I have shared a file with somebody who is a non-Google user. So you'll get a link, you will get an access, you will be able to see everything. But, to use these features, chatting and everything, you will have to have a Google this access. And for Google access, it's better that you have a Google ID. Clear? So now backup and sync, so backup and sync, see, everything that is stored on your drive is anyway backed up by Google, but you want, a certain folder in your computer also to be stored. All you need to do is go to drive, below my drive, there's computers. You go to computers, you add a device. Okay. Over here, this is my husband's device, MacBook Air, or you can just simply add a device, and a device will be created in your drive, in your filing system of your operating system, of your laptop or whichever device, and that would be synced with your Google. So whatever you keep in that folder will be synced here. I'm sure a lot of people are using this already, but this is an option, backup and sync to any device. Now as we did with calendar, and this, you can color coordinate your files and folders. All you need to do is just right click and change a color, and you will basically have a shared this, you share share this folder, or whatever folder would be of different colors. So organization becomes easier, when you color coordinate. So this is just an organizational tool. Right click, change the color. That's all. No, it's not available. Kruti, you are asking whether feature is available only in paid version of Workspace. No, it is available in the free version also, but it is to the extent of 15 GB only. Over here, when you are syncing, backing up and syncing, you need a lot of space, right? So it will use up your 15 GB. That's the only this. And when you're using a paid version, your encryption is better. You have better encryption. You have the vault, in which you have better encryption and protection to protect your data. Yes, backup will automatically sync and update every time you make changes in your PC. Only thing is that your PC also has to have active internet, and your drive, which is shared, has to be updated. I mean, you have to constantly check, not constantly, but at least once in a while, once in maybe 6 months, you have to check whether the updation is happening or not. Ideally, it automatically syncs, but if you have not used it, and sometimes you format your PC, then you'll have to again do a sync once. If at all you formatted your PC, and your link is broken, you'll have to again do a sync and link your folder with your Google Drive. That's all you have to do. So that check has to be done, and that has to be done for everything. So forum, I hope your question is answered. Now let Google Drive research for you. There's an explore functionality. You open the document, you have tools. In tools, you have this option called explore. So the moment you click on explore, a side panel will open within your document, where it will show you the exploring, and specific this topic will show. Maybe citations will be shown. You will find out whether this was whether this is yours or somebody else has written it. You get some file, and somebody else is the owner, so you want to see whether the copyright this is implications are there or not, or what all is available on the web regarding this topic. So all that exploring Google will do for you. So in case you are checking somebody's paper, and you want to see whether this is plagiarized or not, this is a very good option to check, explore. So that the Google Drive will do all the research for you. Basically, it uses the great power of Google search engine, and this should be done. There are some comments. Can I use 2 drive accounts in one PC? Yes, you can. How is that? Your sync will be with 2 separate folders. So you can. Even OneDrive, I'm using 2 drives. If I will just show it to you later on, but you can use two OneDrives. You can use 2 Google Drive accounts also. It will be 2 separate folders, which will be synced to 2 separate accounts. So you can do it. Harsh, I hope that answers your question. Okay, Dhanesh is also answering your question. Okay. All right. Now next is version management. Yes, so CAs, we are always focusing or getting in trouble with versions. We've got a lot of versions. Somebody's PC has some version, your PC has something else, and when you look at that file, maybe two years later, or maybe 2 months later, you don't know which version is the actually your last version. So what would you do then? So Google Drive over here comes to your rescue. Google Workspace comes to your rescue. In case your all the documents are within the Google Workspace environment, this also is true for OneDrive and Office 365. So it's similar features. But in case you're using Google, since we're talking about Google, you have an option. You just basically right click on a file. You have manage versions option. The moment you click on manage version, you have so many version. I've got one version which was done on 14th November, that is still stored here. Then there's a 18th November version, which is the current version. And now I say that, okay, in my PC I have some other version, so I can upload a new version over here. So that, and this version will be you'll have to select an option of keep forever. You click on these 3 dots, and there's an option to keep forever. If you don't select keep forever, after 30 days, or maybe after 100 versions are stored of the same file, older versions will start getting deleted. So if you want to keep forever, you can keep various versions. So in case you're doing a contract negotiation with somebody, or collaborating with somebody, you can keep like 100 versions of a same file, where minor changes have happened over various files. So that is one of a very good feature, especially for us professionals, where you can just use version management within the this. Sorry, I think I used a escape button. Yeah. Now set up offline access. Again, over here you have an option, just like we had an option in Gmail. You have an option of set up offline access. This is only available via Chrome extension. You'll have to first go and install the Chrome extension of offline version. Then you go to your settings, and then you have an option. See, earlier if you just go through any other site, or if you're not other browser, or you have not enable the Chrome extension, this option of offline will not appear. You will have to install a Chrome extension and access your this via Chrome. Only then this offline this option will be available in general settings, where you can sync all the documents and everything, so that you can edit offline. So this you can use in case you are traveling somewhere where you won't get internet. Otherwise this is not really recommended, because it just uses a lot of data, cache, bandwidth, and everything, because when you come back online, that syncing will take a lot of time. And somebody, in case you are using a multi person in a multi-person environment, somebody's already worked on that document, and that version management sometimes gets confused, because you might have worked when you're offline, and to get synced with this could take a lot of time and confusion. But yes, this option is available, set up offline access, so that access can be done. And I think this is we are at the end of our presentation over here. And any questions?
Participants can unmute themselves and ask the questions.
Can you, sorry, Rajan here. Can you throw some light on Google Keep?
Google Keep. Okay,
Yeah.
so Google Keep, I will just 1 second start sharing. It's a note keeping device, note keeping app. I will just. Are you able to see my screen right now?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. So let me just close all these windows which are there, and say let's just go to Keep over here. Okay. So Keep, you can take notes. Basically just take notes, and this Google Keep you can have in your Android and iPhone devices also. And the moment you have this, and you have a Chrome extension also for this. So what happens is, when you have a Chrome extension for Google Keep, any website you see and you click on Keep, it will be added as a note over here, and this can be synced between all your devices, your web browser, your Android device, your iPhone, and you can start taking notes. So basically, if you're going somewhere and you got a good idea, you just put it in Keep, and you will be able to access it anywhere. It's a note keeping device. Okay, there are not a lot of features available for note. Basically, say add idea. Okay, I just added one idea and I'm done. Okay, this is a note, and in this then I can keep on adding something. Then there is another note, or basically I can just make a list of items, that shopping list, or say maybe audit list. That's it. Just keep on adding list over here. So there are basically these kind of slots where you can pin them, you can archive, you can keep it open in the this, and similar UI will be available to you in your Android and iPhone devices also, Apple device also. So that is it. Is this helpful?
Yeah, I think so. This Google Keep is a merger of reminder, tasks, note keeping, because I use it very frequently.
Yes.
And it is also a collaborative thing where you can have people together who are, viewing, editing this.
Right. So I'll tell you, Google Keep, if you are in a this, what do you call, collaborative environment, you could probably add notes to this, but mostly it is used only for adding. I mean, see, if you're have a Chrome extension and I am on some website where I like something, I could simply select it, take a screenshot and add it over here, and it will be there in your bucket. These are all buckets basically. So you've been collaborating with somebody with Keep? Huh, Rajan bhai? Have you been collaborating or using it for your own personal this?
No, I have collaborated earlier on Keep. It is very flexible, actually.
Flexible, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
very
basically
flexible.
like Microsoft Evernote, where you could do everything
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
this. Yes, you
So
can take screenshots.
it's basically a combination of your reminder, task, note keeping,
Yes, 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 yes.
multiple things.
Yes, but within application, integrations are not possible as of now, where I cannot integrate this with calendar or integrate this with anything, because see, even in this I cannot keep a reminder. I've added this, but over here there is no option of keeping a reminder. See, this is the latest version we are using.
I don't know why it's not showing here to you, but the version which I have, it allows me
It
to.
is there in the application. I think mobile app you might be having.
No, even on desktop it is there. Right now I'm
Is
on
it?
the laptop. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. See, it's not showing here. So maybe it's because I'm opening it through Gmail. It's not. If I go to keep.google.com, it should be. But when I did this, I found that there's no integration with calendar or Gmail in this. Yes, with Google extensions, I can take screenshots and save it here.
Probably, yes. Probably.
Yes. Yes. Any other questions? The chat is empty. Thank you, Mayank. I am aware of auto forward, so thanks. So I guess there are no questions. Bhavesh bhai, the PPT I've used a lot of animation, so I'm not sure all the animations will come in the PPT, but I will definitely share whatever I can. The animations will probably not be there. I have an option of making a movie out of it, but it's too heavy. I tried, so I will just share a PDF version.
Yeah. So I think fantastic lecture, Maitri. We had reached the century for the number of participants, the
Oh, great.
3 figures. So that's a commendable thing. And
Especially for an IT topic, I was actually thinking that I'll get probably 30-40 people. That's it.
I think it's a reverse way around, because now everybody is moving to technology. Everybody wants to get tech savvy. Time saving is the perfect thing which everybody wants in the day-to-day task. So I think you have made a lot more easier. Coming to one announcement, we will be having a GST lecture on annual returns on 28th. We will be rolling out the registrations link tonight or probably tomorrow morning itself. Request every participant to register for it. Useful as the due date is approaching for GST annual returns. Coming to present task of vote of thanks. Nevertheless, to say the participants were interactive. Everybody was keen into get into. I think Maitri, if you ask me, 80% will be nodding this. Yes, we are getting something because we don't know that option. And
thank you very much. So my comment for everybody is that if everybody gets at least 2 to 3 takeaways from this session, I will be very happy. My mission is successful, because every session I take, at least you should remember at least 2 to 3 things. If you take away and use it in your life, my mission is successful. Thank you.
I have requested to share the PPT at least, so that at least one can review and the revise whenever he needs at least.
Definitely, Mahendra bhai. But the thing is
Yeah.
that, a lot of this is animation. My PPT contains a lot of animation which will not be shown. Otherwise, I will
Appreciate.
share it.
But with that missings also, if somebody can recollect that what you have
Sure, sure.
spoken.
And this my email ID is shared anyway. I've used it everywhere in my presentation. You can always email me and ask if there are any questions or anything regarding this.
Sure, Maitri, sure.
Right. Thank you. So, coming to the pleasant vote of thanks and the superb options, Maitri, which you have shown, collab, merging of the calendars and everything. I think we use every day, day to day, morning, whenever one opens the system, first he will look at his calendar. "Hey, आज का task क्या है, किसके साथ meeting है, नहीं है." So these all options, and with all smartphones also giving you access, now it's like a office on Rome, if we could say that. And there are many more options. I think we can have one more additional lectures with additional more options on Google with Maitri, and of course in the start, which we said with Rajan bhai and Neha ma'am also.
Yes, I think now they should take up. They have been using also. See, Rajan bhai has been using Keep. I could not find those options which he has, already been using. So great, wonderful. Rajan bhai and
No,
Neha.
it's basically requirement based, and the
Yes, I
ease of
understand, but still,
use.
I'm actually very happy, that somebody was saying yes to all these things. So great.
Right. So, great. So, on behalf of Dadari CP Study Circle and on all behalf of all the presentees out here, Maitri, we propose a well-deserved vote of thanks. Thank you for accepting our invitation. This lecture was all prolonged. I would not go into the past history, but we both know the thing.
We've been
But
coordinating
finally,
so much. Yes.
yes, but finally we did it, and with a hit of century of number of participants. Thank you very much. Thank you once again.
Thank you.